You had asked a question about what does it mean that Sam would be in this with all of the other incidents. First of all, if it were not for that video camera, Sam would be no different than all of the other incidents because the second officer was ready to corroborate every lie that the first officer said in the report. So I just want to be very clear that we feel for a lot of families out there, and I wasn't even really big on video cams, but every day now I'm going to be marching for video cams because my brother was being prosecuted for trying to kill a police officer. He dragged him, he assaulted him, he gave him alcohol when there was never an open container of alcohol. He was everything violent because he had children and a weed ticket, some weed charges. That man shot my brother dead. This would be the same if it were not for that video camera. And this would be the same, I guess, if it wasn't for this prosecutor and our attorneys who worked diligently to say this won't be the same. I don't know what other people are doing or what other prosecutors are doing, but I do think the video camera is a big reason why this is different.
Serena, are you pretty satisfied right now the way this has turned out? Because there's been so much said about release the video.
We knew the video was going to vindicate our brother. When you know somebody, you know somebody. So we knew the video was going to, there wasn't like, oh, well, maybe, could have, should have. We knew the video was going to vindicate our brother. My brother is 1 year younger than me, and I've known him his whole life. And I've known him to never, ever run from a police officer. His record, as bad as anyone wants to make it, proves he has no problem being arrested. I am appalled every time I think about what I've been reading about my brother. I've been reading everything, you know, he's just one other thug in the neighborhood. I don't care if he was a thug in the neighborhood. He didn't have a gun. He didn't do anything to that officer. No one deserves this. So I'm angry, but I'm as pleased as I could be that we're actually going to get some kind of justice for Sam. But I don't think we would be getting it to get back to that. I just don't think we would without the camera because they were ready to have 2 police officers say that Sam dragged. I mean, you all have to understand. My brother got murdered on Sunday night, and at 12:15 I got a call from my other brother to tell me that he was murdered. And when I got off the floor 3.5 hours later, I started researching everything I could about this case because I knew when he said he was shot in the head by a police officer that just didn't register for me unless the police officer just killed him. Now, I knew I was never going to be able to prove that, but I knew that's what had to have happened. And I'm sure a lot of other families around the country know that. They just don't have any video camera, or maybe they don't have a good enough attorney, which I thank God for. I don't know. Or maybe there's not a prosecutor that actually cares enough to do the right thing, or a grand jury, hallelujah, that will look at the case and say, let's really look at this case. I think there's enough to prosecute without the video camera. I think that. But I just think it would have been much more difficult because people don't listen. They just look at stereotypes. And my brother was about to be just one other stereotype. And that's not going to happen. Yeah. Is there anything? Okay. Thank you.